Thank you. Next we have Edward from Leaky Cauldron.
Hi there. Thank you so much for talking with us today. The Harry Potter films, especially Part 2, they're rather action-heavy films. Did you find it challenging to write for large battle scenes, or was that something that was fun?
It is fun. It is fun. It is challenging because there's been many movies with battles and action scenes in the past. So you have to find your own path, your own voice through that. It is a different approach than, of course, an intimate scene. But I like to have a big orchestra roaring, and I must say that in many places we alternate from action cues to unexpected, very lyrical moment, more operatic. To counterbalance the action, it's not always chasing the action. It's a real balance between emotion and action, even in some battle scenes. Sometimes it's good to have to feel the adrenaline of the battle, and sometimes it's good to take it from a bird's view and have more distant look to it. And with this bird's view, you can create, in fact, sometimes a deeper emotion. And it's good we played a lot with balancing these moments with David Yates.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question is from Andrew from MuggleNet.
Hi. Since this is the last film, there's a lot of people who are, feeling really connected to this final movie, and I think a lot of people are hoping to see this film as something that is very sentimental and also comes full circle. So my question is, will there be scenes such as be making an appearance in this final movie, or any other small references to the previous soundtracks or scores?
Well, we all know that there's one theme which has become iconic. It's Hedwig theme from John Williams. This theme is crucial to the success of the story, and it would have been unrespectful and stupid for me not to use it at the crucial moments where we need to refer to these 10 years of friendship that we all had with these characters and these kids. So Hedwig theme does recur quite a lot, much more than in part 1, of course, where the loss of innocence was the main theme of the film, and where Hedwig theme was referring too much to childhood and to Hogwarts. Now we're back in Hogwarts. The battles take place in Hogwarts, and all the friends are there. So it made sense. And also, of course, at the end of the film, when we say goodbye to these 3 kids that are becoming adults, and we are looking forward to a new life, the John Williams thing is present, of course. It's one of the most wonderful things ever written for films. So it's a delight to work around it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Becky from the Remember All.
Hello. My question is,
hello, Becky.
Do you have a favorite piece from the upcoming film?
Yes, I think Lily's theme, and which opens the film, might be the most, the one I like the most, because it has the kindness and sorrowness that we need to feel when the movie starts, even though everything is not yet explained and clear about how Lily influenced Harry, but also some other characters' destiny in the film. And so it is. I think it's the theme that I like the most, and I cherish a lot. Yes, and so it opens the film, and there's a few other moments through the picture where we can hear it again.
Wonderful, thank you. Next question is Aubrey from RupertGrant.net.
Hello.
Hello.
You had some beautiful themes for Ron, and that hadn't really been done before so much his character. What characteristics of Ron and his growth through the series and through Deathly Hallows inspired the instrumentation for his theme?
Ron has difficulties to show his emotions because he's a bit clumsy, a bit shy, a bit goofy sometimes. But I thought that the music should be showing that he has a big heart and a great sensitivity. So I think that's what drove our choice in the melody and the type of orchestration I use for his theme. It does come back in part two. I can't remember when, I must say, as we speak now, but I've used it again once. And yes, I know. I used it again at one point when finally Hermione and Ron are reunited.
Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, we have Lori from Snitch Seeker.
Hi.
Hello, Lori.
Hello. Which moment of the film was the most difficult to transcribe in music?
That's a tough one. It's a tough one because this film being the final one, there's so many crucial moments that everybody was waiting for, because it's been more than 10 years that we expect these moments to happen. Maybe one of the most difficult was maybe the final battle between Voldemort and Harry, because it's a long moment of battle and duel, and it was hard to find the right balance between danger, action, and keep some emotion, and not be too repetitive, repeat too much what you had done before when there was previous duels between them. So I guess, yes, maybe the final moment that will bring Harry to victory. Because as you know, he comes to victory. I'm not giving it away, I think.
Isadora, do you have another question for Alexandre?
During an interview, you revealed that you had used some Brazilian instruments for the soundtrack of Part 1. And since I'm Brazilian, could you maybe tell us which instruments were used in which tracks, if you can remember, if they were reused for Part 2?
That's tricky. I'm trying to remember now. I always use Brazilian elements in my score because I've written a lot of I've played a lot bossa nova. I had a band when I was in my teens where we were playing all the tunes by Vinicius and Tom Jobim and Gilberto and Chico Buarque, and so I've always used rhythms or instruments that come from Brazil. For example, in Girl with a Pearl Earring, there's a pattern of a samba, and you can't really tell because it's played by a classical orchestra, but it is actually influenced by Brazil. I think if I do remember, I must have used some tambourino and pandeiro in Part 1, and I think I've used them again in Part 2. Interwoven interleaved with some other drums like snare drums and djembes, but I did use some of the typical Brazilian percussion instruments.
Okay, good to know that. Thank you.
Tudo bem.